Now, breaking news from NBC4.
Well, happening now, the jury in the murder trial of Jason Meade has resumed deliberations after the judge set aside his original decision of a mistrial. Here's what he initially said.
And at this time, you are the hardest working jury I've ever had, but I'm going to declare a mistrial on this, and you're going to be free to go.
But then, a very short time afterward, this is what the judge had to say.
Back on the record, I received the question, can we return a verdict of yes, that the state proved their case, and yes, it was justified for one count, not guilty, and a verdict of yes, that the state proved their case, and no, it was not justified, guilty for another count. We have asked this question previously, but are still unclear of how to interpret your responses. I'm responding, if you find that the defendant proved justification as to one count, it applies to all counts. I'm going to set aside the mistrial, and the jury is going to continue to deliberate.
So NBC4's Anna Hoffman was inside the courtroom as these events, as we saw, Anna, developed pretty quickly. So what else can you tell us about this?
It sure did, Jennifer, and that original announcement of a mistrial was very confusing for many people who were in the courtroom. It came so quickly, and just seconds after that, both parties went back and they were discussing in the judge's chambers. It only took minutes for them to come back out, and that's when the judge reversed that decision for a mistrial. And right after that, you heard the jury ask that question. They asked a similar question yesterday. That was their first question of the day. After that, you could see Casey Goodson's mother, Tamala Payne, burst into tears. The entire family was outside in the hallway, and they were embracing. They actually went into a prayer circle right after this, so we could hear that. And we spoke to their family attorney, Sean Walton, who says this gives them hope that the jury will find Jason Meade guilty on those charges. He says that it is not over. There were a lot of emotions, originally some confusion. And I do want to say, remember, this morning the jury had to restart deliberations for the third time since they started deliberating on Wednesday. They have used all of their alternate jurors in this case, and that means if they do run out of one more, this will become a mistrial. It's been a very exciting, lots of things happening at this courthouse today, but as soon as we have an update, we will bring that back to you. Local for you at the Franklin County Courthouse, I'm Anna Hoffman, NBC4.
And Anna, I do just want to briefly ask, you had mentioned previously that Casey Goodson Jr.'s family was in the courtroom. They were emotional. How did they react to all of this back and forth?
I'm sorry, Jen, did you say how did the family react, or how did the lawyers react?
Casey's family.
Casey's family, yeah, I said that Tamala Payne, his mother, burst into tears as soon as this happened. She was a little confused with the original announcement, but it was really emotional. We didn't have too much time to talk with them because they were praying outside and they did want their space, but you could see lots of kind of relief on their face that it wasn't going to just be over right here with this confusion.
And Anna, I know there has been a lot of confusion and a lot of back and forth. We appreciate you continuing to follow this so closely. Again, Anna will continue to follow this case throughout the day. And once the jury issues a verdict, we will bring that to you live on air and online at NBC4i.com. You can also see all of our past reporting on how things got to this point and how things developed over the past few years.